Now, whenever you contact us with your stories and experiences, it's generally because you've made a complaint that has not gone the way you'd like, which made us wonder what is the most effective way to complain. But with us are two people who each have a very different approach. Writer and blogger Helen Dewdney calls herself the complaining cow. I thought I was the complaining cow, but there you go. While blogger Ian Walker describes himself as Britain's biggest complainer. So Helen, let's deal with you first. How do you actually approach it all?
I do it in writing with an email usually now, and you have to be clear, make sure that you've got all your evidence, and then making sure that you say exactly what you want to resolve the matter, making sure you bullet point or summarise if it's a very complicated story, and attach all your evidence to the customer services. And if you don't get the result there that you want, take it up with the CEO and use the CEO website out there to get.
We always say go to the top. Is that part of your policy?
Yeah, I think unless it's very serious, start at customer services and then go to the CEO, because the CEO is quite likely just to pass it straight down to customer services, and if you haven't been there, it's going to stay there.
And in your notes, do you always stay calm? You don't sort of write nasty letters or emails?
No, I think it's very much easy to stay calm because you can get really, really stroppy, and you can just sit back and get really stroppy, but you write very calmly and make sure that you're very objective.
I think you get stroppy in somehow or other, do you?
Well, it depends on sort of the level of the complaint. Definitely there is a need, and that's why I disagree with you, Helen. There is definitely a need to put your foot down there to get exactly the result that you want.
So you do yours by phone mostly?
I do mine by phone and by social media as well. I think it's very important that you get it there and then to get your full reaction, to vent your full frustration out, to actually make people realise.
And do you lose it sometimes?
Sometimes you can lose it, but at the end of the day, it is someone at the end of the phone. It depends who it is. It's who you're speaking to at the end of the day, really, and how the nature of the call's going.
Well, we have a little challenge for both of you. I know you've been through it, but anyway, this is what we did. We asked Helen and Ian to tackle a complaint from our inbox in their own individual way. Helen did it, as you just heard, in writing, tackling a problem that Susan Burkett wrote to us about after an online booking site cancelled her accommodation right at the very last minute, saying it was overbooked. So how did you get on there?
Quite well in the end. She actually got worse after that because she had to pay another £900 for further accommodation that was 3 kilometres away, loads of phone calls and promise that didn't return. She wrote and didn't get anything, so I wrote an email for her, which we sent to the CEO. We quoted the correct EU laws because they weren't based in the UK.
And very briefly, what did you get in the end?
Well, she got the £1,007, which was the £900 that she was out of pocket, but we went back and said, no, actually, here, the error of your ways, there are some errors here. And she actually got 1,200 and something. So she got about £250 on top of her out-of-pocket expenses.
Very good result. Now, Ian complained over the phone, of course, trying to stop rip-off viewer Stanley Gold from being bombarded with the junk calls he's been getting since signing up to a supermarket survey on his till receipt. Did you succeed, Ian?
Unfortunately, as much as I want to say I have, it's still work in progress. However, it is something that I am determined to see through fully. We are making good progress with it as we speak. We are, due to hear back pretty soon about the complaint. So unfortunately, not quite.
You're going to stay on the case.
I'm going to continue it fully, I believe.
Because I'll stalk you otherwise if you don't. And here's the point. It looks like the conventional way of being polite and writing and having your facts wins. But in a way, I'm with you. I have to admit and say I get so frustrated on the phone. I lose it sometimes. I have to hand the phone over to my husband, so I'm bad at it. So there we go. But let's go outside where Angela is with our experts at the pop-up shop.